We hope you are all as excited as we are.
I'm so excited. I designed a Tour de France training plan that you can follow in CoachCat.
Each day, you'll do a workout that mimics the power demands of each stage in your own 9 to 5 working athlete version. Most weekday workouts are limited to an hour, while the weekends are up to 3 to 4 hours. If the stage is a sprint stage, expect a sprint workout. If it's a high mountain GC stage, you'll be doing long sweet spot and threshold intervals.
You may not be getting those massages every night, but you will be getting instant analysis from each workout you complete, along with your daily recovery metrics from CoachCat, your AI powered coach in your pocket, available 24/7.
If you're not yet subscribed, you can start a free 1 month trial right now. No credit card is required, so you have nothing to lose and only fitness and fun to gain.
One caveat: if you're already following a plan for a specific goal, keep following that. All 21 of these workouts are in your workout library, and you may substitute them in as you want to play along. Many of them may be substituted one for one in place of the workout on your plan.
You can use the CoachCat AI to customize the workout to match how much time you have to ride, as well as adapting it to your training plan and goals for that day.
For example, stage 6 is a sweet spot over unders for 75 minutes. But say you have 1.5 hours to ride. You can ask CoachCat, can you make this workout be 1.5 hours? The AI will edit your workout and poof, you may export that workout in your bike computer or Zwift and you will be on your way.
Now, to keep your streak alive and get the true Tour de France experience, make every day turn green per the plan. There's 2 rest days, the same as in the Tour, so you'll have to really dig in with your recovery to have the oomph to FTFP this plan. It's a far cry from the 2 normal rest days per week with our normal plans. Think of this as a 3-week massive block to boost your fitness and your level.
As such, we've included a rest week after stage 21, just like the pros. And then voila, a 20-minute field test to measure how much you're improved. If you FTFP, we guarantee you'll achieve a new high 20-minute test.
Let's dive in and tell you about each stage and the workout involved. There's 5 types of workouts per the terrain of the Tour stage that day. There's sprint stages, hilly stages, mountain stages, time trial stages, and the GC stages. And you're going to get a workout specific to the power demands the riders are going to do that day in the Tour.
All right, let's get into it. Stage 1 is the sprint stage, a rare shot for the pure sprinters to grab yellow. But accept a fight for the KOM jersey with 3 Cat 4 climbs early on. Our workout starts with short VO2 max efforts to simulate the early attacks, followed by steady zone 2 riding, and finishes with an 8-minute build from tempo to sprint.
My pick is going to be Jasper Philipsen, but it will be telling to watch. And an early indication of who will be in the contention for the green jersey, Milan, Gourmet. Who else you got picked for this stage?
I think Tim Muller has been having a good season so
Yeah.
far. I think I saw he had 9 wins, just coming off 2 wins at the Tour of Belgium, and he's the European road champion, so I think he'll be right up there as well.
Moving on to is a hilly stage. It's the first of 4 punchy finishes this week. So it's going to be more like a spring classic than a sprint stage. Expect all the strong men up front. It's a weekend, so you're going to do a 3-hour ride with 4 by 1 minute full gas efforts, 2 minutes rest in between. If the Dauphiné is any indication, we may see Wout, Van der Poel, and Jonas flexing and going for the W, just like they did in stage 1 of the Dauphiné 3 weeks ago.
That would be exciting.
Yes.
And then stage 3, another one for the sprinters. We're going to use this as a recovery day. It happens to be on Monday, so it works out perfectly. And we're going to do a very easy zone 2 ride with a little sprint at the end if you're up for it. Remember, this is only stage 3 of 21, so don't overdo it early on.
Stage 4 is another hilly, punchy race, just like stage 2, but with the climbs being a little bit longer. So we're going to extend the efforts to 4 by 2 minute VO2 max efforts. And again, these workouts are going to come at the end of the workout after a long zone 2 warm up to work on your durability.
Stage 5 is the Tour's first TT. It is you versus the clock. In the time trial threshold workout, we have included our race warm-up protocol. You can use this at other races throughout the year. This will have you primed and ready to make a big effort. After the warm-up, you'll do a 1 by 20 minute threshold effort. I recommend design your own TT course and race it. Make it a Strava segment that you can compare times on throughout the year in your training. and in week 5 of this plan. Stay tuned.
Stage 6 is another punchy race. For this one, we're going to do sweet spot over unders. I always find this workout mimics these types of hills perfectly. You'll start with a 15-second full gas effort as you attack at the bottom of the hill out of the saddle. Then you'll settle into sweet spot watts, and then you'll attack the final 15 seconds of this interval as if you're going over the top of the climb.
Stage 7, we mark it as probably the first real big GC day. It's the first category hilltop finish. So you will have to ride up the category 3 climb twice in the final 16 kilometers. For this workout, we will do 2x5 minute VO2 max efforts. Use your power meter on that first effort to make sure you don't blow up. You will be looking to do around 105 to 110% of your FTP. If the first effort didn't feel too hard, make sure to go harder on that last effort.
This is going to be a great stage to watch, and I would be a fool to pick anyone other than Pogačar
With you.
after he dominated the Dauphiné in the way that he did.
Stage 8, 9, this is actually on a weekend, and these are sprint stages. So with it being on the weekend, it's perfect to just go out and do those long zone 2 rides after the intensity we've been hitting during the week. And we toss a little sprint in the end of these workouts. For these sprints, we've actually put a little tempo, build the sweet spot, threshold VO2, and then a final sprint, just like you're leading, in those final 10K.
Stage 10 is a GC day. It's very hilly and includes a category 2 climb to the finish. Coming into this with 10 days of riding in a row, we have limited the climbing efforts to 4 by 8 minutes. Sweet spot efforts, even tempo would be okay if your legs are barking. We did include a 30-second attack at the end because that's how it's going to go in the GC. After that, you got a rest day. Make sure to practice all the good recovery habits that we talk about here, such as extra sleep, foundation, yoga, obviously eating, getting great night's sleep, hydrating, and also getting caught up on all the honeydews that you might have been neglecting over the past 10 days.
Yeah, and then we're back at it with stage 11. Stage 11 is a hilly course. They consider it flat, but there are 5 categories climbs, and 3 of those come in the last 40 kilometers. For this workout, we're going to do our race openers workout. Coming off a rest day, we just want you to open up and prepare for the days ahead. In a race opener workout, you really just want to hit the zones you will be doing in your upcoming race. For this, we will do 2 by 3 minute threshold efforts, followed by 2 by 30-second full gas efforts. This will have you primed and ready to make for the second week of the tour.
Stage 12 is the first true mountaintop finish. For this workout, it's going to be hard. So 2 by 15 minutes threshold over unders. You'll do an interval at 2 minutes just under your FTP, and then you'll follow that with 30 seconds over your FTP. And you're going to do that for 15 minutes. This is to replicate the sustained climbing and following those GC attacks.
Stage 13 is another time trial, but this time it's a mountain time trial. Again, we have included the warm-up protocol before the effort. Let's do 1 by 15 minute FRC intervals. This is a sustained effort over your threshold. The important thing is to stay over there and try to ride at 100 to 110% of your FTP.
Stage 14 is another GC stage. It's got 4 massive climbs, including 2 ORA categories. For this workout, we're going to do 2 by 25 minutes sweet spot. And with this being a Saturday, we're going to make the workout a little longer, work on your durability. The first effort is coming at the start of the 3 hours, and then the second effort is coming at the end of the 3 hours to replicate the timing between those 2 mountain or category climbs. And so for these efforts, you're going to start at 5 minutes tempo, then you're going to do 15 minutes of sweet spot, and then you're going to follow that up with 5 minutes at threshold, pretty much full gas.
And stage 15 is another hilly day, most likely going to be one for the breakaway. Coming off the intensity of the previous days, we're going to keep this as a long zone 2 ride. This is a Sunday, so another great opportunity to work on the dirt. There's still 1 week left in the tour, so we don't want to overdo it. And then we'll have a little sprint at the end.
This is also the last rest day following stage 15. So make sure you do all the recovery things and you get ready for the final week. And in stage 16, this is the infamous Mount Ventoux stage. It's a monster of a climb. FasCat athlete Phil Gaiman just did it in his Phil Wins Tour de France. At the end of this workout, we're going to include our diabolical crisscross workout. So you're going to do a 20-minute threshold interval with a burst into zone 6 every 5 minutes to replicate the attacks up the climb. Though if you want a better representation of the day ahead, head on over to Zwift. You can export all these workouts there and ride to the Vin Top Climb, which is a replication of the Von 2. But it'll be about a 75-minute plus effort.
Stage 17, another one for the sprinters. So another little rest day for you to recover before the last couple of GC battle days, a little zone 2 and a little sprint at the end.
Stage 18 is back to the GC. It's back to the mountains. And this time we have a sweet spot and FTP workout. You're going to complete a 15-minute sweet spot effort first. Then you're going to do 2 by 10 minutes at FTP to finish the day.
Stage 19 could be the last GC day, unless it's close until the end. This is another mountain day and the last really big mountaintop finish. Your legs are going to be tired, but let's finish this off strong. You're going to do 3 10-minute efforts. First one at tempo, second at sweet spot, and the last at threshold. Just give this last 10-minute threshold effort your all.
Stage 20 is probably going to be the last chance for the sprinters this year. So enjoy your Saturday, go out for a long Zone 2 ride, and after the long intensity week, and we've put, of course, a sprint at the end to help you build up and to replicate the sprint finish.
Stage 21 still finishes on the Champs-Elysees, but they have added a climb before it that they used in the Olympics. They will do a circuit that includes this climb 3 times. So they've changed it up. We are going to give you a hill sprint workout. You will start each effort with 15-second sprint, hold VO2 max zone 5 for 1.5 minutes, and finish with another 15-second full gas effort. We will do 4 of these efforts. The first 3 replicate the climb, and the last one to simulate the finish on the Champs-Elysees.
All right. We are going to give you a recovery week now, just like the pros, and it's going to set you up to measure how much you've improved with a 20-minute field test at the end of this week, and also to set you up before you start your next plan.
Yeah, like we said about that stage 5 designing a course for that field test, this would be a great time to come back to that course and see how much faster you can go and compare your time from that first stage, which would have been 3 weeks prior.
Yeah, and the cool thing about setting up a Strava segment is you don't need a power meter. You're really just doing it on time, presuming the wind and all your aerodynamics were the same. But after you set a new higher FTP, ask CoachCat what plan to do next. You can build a custom plan tailored to your goals, your time frame, and the sky is the limit. And maybe you want to peak for Worlds or do the Welta. Either way, you've got access to over 100 training plans in our training plan library. You can pair them together for a year-round training solution that includes weightlifting, base and polarized intervals, and discipline-specific training plans. You can also check out our 365 whole year plan, which is a combination of all the phases you should be doing at every point of the year. It includes our 4-week group ride training plan to beat your friends or hang on that harder group ride that you've been wanting to join. And with this Tour de France training plan in your legs, we know you'll be destined for greatness.
Yes, tag us on Strava at FasCat Coaching so we can follow along to see those who are completing these great workouts.
Yeah, if you want more likes and kudos, tag at FasCat Coaching. Also join our Strava club, and then you can compete for the leaderboard. But, back to that field test, as Jake mentioned, you do it on your time trial course, read our training tip about the 20-minute test. It's a great way to get out there and see how much you've improved. And again, you can do this sans power meter if you don't have one.
I did. Nice.
That's my limited French, everyone. It should be fun. I know it's going to be beneficial. And if you can FTFP it, we guarantee you'll go faster. So watch the tour in the morning, then go out and do your workout, or do your workout while you're watching the tour. You'll align the workout and the intensity when the riders are doing it for that extra motivation, and have fun. That's what it's meant for.
Yeah, have fun. Enjoy it. Kind of sounded fun after reading through it.
Yeah, I'm doing Steamboat this weekend, so I need to add a new training plan to my plan anyway. I'll still do my group rides on Tuesdays and Saturdays, but I'll throw in a few here and FTFP.
Yeah, with CoachCat, you can be flexible.
All right, everyone. Let us know if you have any questions in the comments. And just as a reminder, this plan is free to you if you want to start a free trial. If you've already subscribed, just go to the training plan library and apply it and have fun, work hard, ride fast. And as always, FTFP.